Hey guys, got a quick video today. I'm gonna make chocolate covered crispy peanut butter balls, and I'm only gonna use shelf stable pantry items to do it. I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm starting to run out of places to put snow. I'm gonna start this recipe, go out and do a little bit of snow clearing, and then come in and finish the recipe up. It's just a treat that I'm going to give myself in Maryland for having to clear more snow. Comment below if you're running out of places to put snow. Anyway, for today's recipe, I'm going to be using Rice Krispies that I make myself. I'm also going to be using my 3-ingredient instant chocolate that I make. But you can use store-bought Rice Krispies or Rice Puffs or Rice Crisps, whatever you want to call them. You can use any kind of chocolate in a double boiler and melt them if you want to do it that way. I'll give you all of the ingredients so you can make it however you want, or you can follow along and make it with the same ingredients that I'm using. So this recipe is going to be half of what I normally make. When I make these for like Christmas, I make 6 dozen of these chocolate covered balls. So I'm going to cut the recipe in half. I think it's a little bit more realistic. We're going to use 1/4 cup of butter. We're going to use 1 cup of peanut butter, 2 cups of confectionery sugar, and 1 cup of Rice Krispies. And if you want to know how I make the Rice Krispies, I'll make sure to leave a link in the description. But let's get the ingredients added. They go in a very particular order. And you can use a blender for some of this, like a hand mixer for some of this, if you want. I'm just going to use a spoon and mix it by hand. And we'll start by blending the peanut butter and the butter. We're going to start by adding 1/4 cup of softened butter. And I may have softened this a little too much, but it's not hot. Next, I'm going to add 1 cup of peanut butter. And now we're just going to mix this up. We're going to blend the butter and the peanut butter until it's thoroughly incorporated and mixed well. Okay, now that we have the peanut butter and butter all mixed up, we're going to slowly start adding in our confectionery sugar. About 1/4 of it at a time, and then blend that in. And like I said, all this can be done with a hand mixer or a blender up to this point. Once we add the Rice Krispies, those you're going to want to fold in by hand. Okay, and now I'm just finishing. You can see we have sort of this peanut butter confectionery sugar dough. Now you may have to finish like me. You can finish this up with your hands, or you can keep using either a fork or a spoon or even a blender at this point, but it does make a very heavy dough. So now what I'm going to do is kind of just flatten this a little bit in the bowl just to make it easier to incorporate my Rice Krispies or Rice Puffs or puffed rice or whatever you want to call these. Okay, and now I'm just going to fold these in. I don't want to be too rough with these because I don't want to crush them, otherwise they won't be crispy anymore. So I'm just going to gently fold these into the dough and try to get them as incorporated as possible. And then once this is done, I'll bring you back, and what we'll be doing is rolling like little 1-inch balls. That's actually too big. About that size. We'll be rolling little balls of this. Something small enough you can just pop it in your mouth. And we'll get those on a cookie sheet, and we'll move on from there. Okay, so now we're just going to grab globs of dough and roll 1-inch balls, sort of like a shooter marble size of dough, for anybody who knows what that is. And normally, like I said, my recipe does 6 dozen. I cut it way back, not only for the video, but just to be a little bit more realistic. I cut it in half. So with this recipe, and I know I already said it, but I'm going to reiterate it. I used 2 cups of confectionery sugar, 1 cup of peanut butter, a quarter of a cup of butter softened, and 1 cup of Rice Krispie treats or puffed rice. And we'll get to the chocolate later. But first, we need to make our little balls. So what I'm going to do is get all of these rolled out, and I'll bring you back when I have these all finished. Well, I finished rolling out my 3 dozen, and they're not exactly the same size. They're not perfect, but they're close. And to make sure I had 3 dozen, I did take from the fatter ones and move it to the smaller ones so that they're all roughly the same size. So the next step is to take these, move them onto a parchment lined tray. And then once we have all those moved over, we're going to use a toothpick and just stick it right down through the middle like this. Once we get all these transferred over and get a toothpick in them, I'm going to move the tray into the freezer. We're going to let it set up in the freezer or rest for about an hour, and that'll give the peanut butter a time to really firm up. That'll make it a lot easier to dip them in chocolate. So let me get all these on my tray. I'll spear them. We'll get them in the freezer, and I'll go clear some snow and come back in about an hour, and we'll move on to the next step. Well, I finished getting rid of all that snow. The peanut butter balls are ready in the freezer. So now I have to make my chocolate. Now, if you want to do it like the traditional way, you can take a cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips and melt those in a double boiler with a tablespoon of shortening and stir that up and get that nice and melted, and you can dip the balls directly into that. I'm going to make my pantry chocolate, and if you didn't see the video, I'll make sure to leave a link in the description that shows how I make it, but it's equal parts of confectionery sugar, baking cocoa, and coconut oil. And I'm going to get that going right now. I'm going to do about a half a cup of each ingredient, because once it all melts, I should have about a cup. If I don't have enough chocolate, that'll be fine, because it's easy enough to whip up a little bit more if I need to. So let me get all this mixed together. First thing I need to do is soften my coconut oil. Coconut oil, the kind we're using for the chocolate at least, is the solid form of coconut oil. And I just need to melt that down into a liquid just to make it easier to work with. So I'll get this on the stove, and then we'll start mixing the other ingredients together. So we're going to start by adding 1/2 a cup of confectionery or powdered sugar. And we're going to add 1/2 a cup of baking cocoa. And my coconut oil is melted, so I'm going to add 1/2 a cup of that. And then we're just going to mix this all up. And I'll bring you back as soon as this is thoroughly mixed. And it looks pretty well blended. So now we just need to get our peanut butter balls out of the freezer, and I'll start dipping them in the chocolate. Okay, now that our chocolate's done, and the reason I also like to use this chocolate, not only is it easy to whip up, it's not hot, and I have plenty of time to do this. It's not like it's going to, when you melt semi-sweet chocolate and use that for dipping, you have a very small window of opportunity before it starts hardening inside of your pan, and it gets a little frustrating. With this, I can take my time. So I'm going to take one of our balls. I'll just dip it into the chocolate and give it a quick little swirl. Make sure it's fully covered. And that's simple. I'm going to do that with the rest of these. And I'm just going to line my tray. And then when I'm done with all of these, we'll put it in the refrigerator, let the chocolate set, and I'll have Marilyn give you her opinion of what they taste like. Well, they had a chance to set up. It probably took about a half an hour in the fridge, but if you want to leave them in there for a half hour or an hour, just so the chocolate sets up. That way you don't make a mess on your hands. But these are refrigerator type chocolates, so when you're not eating them, put them in the fridge. They'll last a lot longer. And we pulled the toothpicks out just so we could pile them up on a plate so we could take a good thumbnail picture. But you can leave the toothpicks in if that's easier for you to handle them and eat them without getting chocolate all over your fingers. Go ahead and give, and we had a little bit of leftover chocolate, so that was the right amount. And I poured that small amount into a mold and made a few just regular hard chocolates. Better than wasting it. I'm definitely not dumping it down the sink if I have a little extra.
Yeah, no, not in this house. That isn't going to happen.
So go ahead, give it a
try.
You see, I can give you my opinion, but you already know what it's going to be. She likes it.
They're very good. I like the crunch of the Rice Krispies. It's kind of like a crunchy Reese's peanut butter cup. But better because we know exactly what's in it.
Oh, definitely. Not a whole lot of ingredients. Super, super simple to put these together. I was able to get some work done in between. And these will keep in the fridge for, well, probably a day or two in our house, but they'll stay good in the fridge for probably close to a month. If you use regular semi-sweet chocolate chips or those chocolate wafers that you melt down, chocolate melts, to dip these in, they won't be as sensitive to heat, so you'll be able to either leave them out or put them in the fridge. With this type of chocolate, though, you definitely want to keep them refrigerated or someplace cool.
Yep, I can definitely see these being very addictive.
Yeah. I made these every Christmas. This was my Christmas thing. Then after you take the toothpick out, it leaves a little hole where the toothpick was. But you can go over and drizzle either more chocolate, a darker chocolate, or a white chocolate over the top. You can really dress these up and make them look nice and hide the little hole where the toothpick was. Or if you're gonna, like I said, keep them as hors d'oeuvres, or you're gonna make this pantry type chocolate that I use today, leave the toothpick in, and that way you don't have to worry about getting chocolate all over your fingers.
Yeah, they're very good. This kind of thing is something that is great if you're having a little get together and you want something that's just a grab and eat snack. If you were going to have these out and leave them out, like let's say you're having a holiday event or even a Super Bowl party, I would probably use the regular chocolate chips with a little bit of shortening to make it smooth and creamy, because those will harden back up a lot better.
Definitely.
But yeah, I can see these as a nice snack anytime. And for us, it's a nice treat. We spent a lot of time out in the cold the last few weeks.
Yeah, this ought to warm us up a little bit.
Yep.
I'll make sure to leave links in the description if you haven't already seen the video for how I make Rice Krispies or how I make the chocolate. I have a more thorough video of making chocolates. I'll make sure to leave that in the description below. And hopefully you'll like this video. You like what we do here. Make sure to click the like button, subscribe if you're not already, share it with your friends, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.